If you focus on these three things correctly, then you're already light years ahead of the competition and you'll significantly increase your chances of going full time with sync licensing. So I'm going to take the past 7 years of sync licensing experience and try to simplify it into a 3-part system that I would follow if I was just getting started into sync licensing in 2023. So we call this system Zero to Sync because here at Heat, our course is called Zero to Sync. I've helped 48 musicians get their first sync placement in the past year, and our goal is to reach 1,000. So if you're new to sync licensing and you're a musician looking to be one of those 1,000 musicians, then I'm going to start with level 1 of the system, which is being in the mindset of a professional. Sync licensing is the music used for visual media, brands, TV shows, and film. They need a license to use that music, and to achieve that license, they have dedicated budgets to pay for that usage. Start thinking of your music as a portfolio or catalog. You're essentially leasing out rights for companies to use your catalog. These companies you are working with are professionals in their field, and they're looking to you to solidify their preferred sound for their content. And don't let the terms professional or companies scare you off and have you second guessing yourself. Right now, you have the ultimate choice. Choice 1 is you're treating your music like a hobby, or choice 2, you are a professional at your craft. And let me explain what I mean by that. If you're someone who's treating music as a hobby, then you're probably someone who's casually picking up music in every few months, or you only create a handful of tracks when you're done beating your favorite video game, or when you just want to doodle around in GarageBand. A professional in their craft is someone who's consistently creating, learning new skills, and investing time and money in themselves to improve in their craft. Being a professional in your field is not always about getting paid for every track you make in the moment. There's tons of skilled musicians who may never even see a dime, but that doesn't take away from their work ethic and passion for their craft. And I say that because to tap into this industry, you have to take it serious. Is this something you want to go all in with, or are you just trying to dip your toe to see if it's worth the swim? Because the opportunity is only growing, there's more content being made, and the demand for music is at an all-time high for visual media. If building a profitable music career is something you could commit to, then you have to claim the identity of a professional. And if this sounds like you, then we're ready to move on to level 2, which is getting familiar with sync. How do we know if our music is good enough or even fits for sync licensing? We need to get familiar with the music used in sync. Start studying what you hear when you're watching any type of media, and I mean every type of media. Music is the forefront of all entertainment. This will put you in the mindset of creating music with intention. Are you making music that fits a scene where someone is gossiping about their best friend's secret that they swore they'd never tell? Or are you trying to make the next catchy but annoying jingle like that Burger King song that you low-key sing in the shower? Who is your music for? Every project, like a TV show, movie, or video game, has a demographic that they are trying to reach. What demographic does your music appeal to? This is the biggest advantage you can have in this lane, is if you can understand the context of your music, then you will pick up on the patterns on how to consistently have your music used. How do we know if our music, though, is good enough to fit these patterns or projects? Look to see what's already working. What instruments, tempo, and arrangement patterns are you hearing in the content that you can actually hear your music in? You could easily go to Spotify right now and type in your favorite TV show or movie, and there's literally playlists of examples that you can learn from. Reverse engineer success. Does that playlist have a whole bunch of distracting sounds, or does that playlist leave room for music for dialogue? Is their music modern? Analyze their music and see if your style can improve that sound, which leads me into level 3. And level 3 is standing out from the crowd. As I explained in previous videos, the easiest way for you to get your music into TV shows is working with a music library or sync agency. And if you're not familiar with a music library or sync agency, we're going to give you more info at the end of the video on who they are and what they do. But most of these music libraries or sync agencies have websites you can easily Google. And on their website, they may have their entire catalog that their clients can easily browse and listen to. And this is where standing out is your biggest asset. This was the biggest breakthrough for me before I went full time with sync, was seeing what style of music does that music library lack in, and how can I keep their catalog sounding modern or polished to keep their clients happy, which leads me to my next point. The music libraries are trying to keep their clients happy. Sometimes those clients have quick turnarounds, which means sometimes they need their music fast. Are you reliable enough to create a track within 3 to 4 days to hit a quick deadline? When I was working at a music library, I can't tell you how many people I've seen turn in like 2 tracks and disappear for 9 months, get their first royalty check 9 months later, and decide they want to start turning in tracks again out of nowhere. Now tell me, does that sound like a trustworthy person to assist clients with? You need to be reliable in this field. If you can be a go go-to person that a music library or sync agency can count on, then you are creating more opportunities to monetize off your craft, which ties into the point I made earlier. You are a professional in your field, and the more you treat it as such, the closer you are to quitting that 9-to-5 job that takes away that valuable time away from you doing what you love to do the most, which is creating. So what are the actionable steps you can take right now? I recommend assessing your catalog and see how your music fits in the context of television, films, or games. Take 3 to 5 of your best tracks and put them in a link. Research music libraries and start pitching your music based on the points I made in this video. Now, this does take time, and there's definitely industry standard ways to approach these steps to find success. And this is something we really put a lot of time into Zero to Sync. We built our system and resources to help musicians spend less time digging through to find the right info and places to submit so they can have more time creating. Now, depending on when you're actually watching this video, the enrollment may be close to the course, but don't worry, we still have resources to help you get started for anyone who missed the enrollment window and is on our waitlist for the next enrollment. We at Heat want to continue to become a resource for you to go full-time in your music career. So if you haven't already and you're trying to be part of the community, we would love if you subscribed and like this video if you found any value, and let us know in the comments if sync licensing is the path for you.